enigma. Any disease causes enigma. Anything. The problem is not outside. Outside will be like this. Nature will, one side, tsunami may come, earthquake may come. We cannot say it cannot come. We are atoms. We cannot reject the nature, law of the nature. They are able to predict. It is developed. It is going to cross. But they cannot stop. In as much as we cannot stop Irma coming, we can stop this Irma coming. The power of giving you stability, not losing the confidence. I told Nirunda, it do not hit the coast. Even if it hits, you may get big rain. That's quite natural in Florida. Anyway. But don't expect, looking at your house, this roof may fly, this wall may collapse. It's already collapsed in your mind. Creating a future. And blaming the nation or blaming, I should never have stayed in the coastal line in Florida. I should move always to California, as if it's your will. So either we blame nature or we blame that unknown energy, call it God or give it name or give it religion. But forgetting, the more you get scared, I'm not saying you don't take precautions. You take precautions, but be in the present and don't manifest an earthquake when it is not there. The newspapers, the media is a form of, they want sensation, any sensation. A small wall, perhaps already in Florida, small wall, maybe out of bad construction, maybe out of bad foundation. Wall collapsed before Irma comes. Stop it, my God, already. So, Sri Vidya, what I am going to teach with you, share with you, not teach, who am I to teach? Share with you what all I experienced. I'm 64 now. I was put into this system when I was at the age of 27. So, 37 years I've been in this. A system which has not stopped good and bad things coming to me. System will not stop the things coming to me. Will never. If somebody says, pray to God, your problems will be resolved, I don't buy the God. No, I'm not an atheist. I believe. Pray to God or pray to whatever, pray to the tree. Your confidence makes the tree your God. Or pray to Him. Pray to Him. Pray to this confidence. And the confidence will work on your inner strength. And no matter what it is, outside, good, bad, nothing, we'll be able to face it. Facing is the main thing where we are not lacking. If you say, I don't need any troubles in my family, troubles in my life, neither you can stop it happening, and in other words, you are escaping from what we call in our Indian system karma. You've been familiar with this word karma, K-A-R-M-A. In simple language, past actions. And I always quote Newton's third law of motion. What is that? Go back to your school. What is the Newton's third law of motion? I'll give you a hint. For every action, Yeah, you got it. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's called karma. And the world is, the cycle of actions are going in the world based on this principle only. We forget that. You never dreamt to meet me. I never wished that I meet you. It happened. Every positional placement of any creature at any given time, let it be a tsunami or an earthquake or a chair or a person or a cockroach, it is guided by one principle. If you outside, you cannot understand, but if you go deep inside, many things happen without your knowledge. If you are a doctor, I don't know, apart from there are how many doctors here? Any doctor? Good. I don't know any medicine, but they say if a chemical or a hormone, what they call, I don't know, if it is not produced at specific intervals in specific quantities and supplied to brain, if you want to raise the right hand, the thought will be raise the right hand, the action will be you'll be raising the left hand. Isn't it the fact? The balance of them. Every nanosecond, so many bacteria are being killed. Every second, some cells are killed and new cells are produced. That's why they say once in 7 years, you're a new person. The accept doctor? Once in 7 years, you're a new person, totally. You don't know it. So much things are happening, we don't know. A small drop of sperm giving a shape like this, is it not a miracle? Can you expect? Where is that culture? Where is the language? Where is the brain? Where is the thought? Where is the character hidden? Who wrote the code? One drop. Can we produce the same? Come on, let's produce. We're able to capture that and then nourish it and then test tube babies and all that. That's a different thing. Can you produce? And that may be the end. Because there is nothing mystery. Game is over. You solve that puzzle. What do you call that? Square, cube. Rubik. Yeah. There is no interest. Once you solve it, you throw it away. That big world is end. Now it's a mystery. After death, where the soul is, what is soul, first of all? Where is it? Is it here? Here? I don't know. We all say soul. May his soul rest in peace. First of all, we don't know what is peace. Another thing, we don't know where is the soul. But we still pray, may his soul rest in peace. What is peace? Is it here, or here? Why should we pray that may his soul rest in peace only after death? Question. Why can't you pray, may your soul rest in peace? I mean, look on. The soul is still inside. Only the mind should be in peace. I mean, it's becoming complicated to you now. Only the mind should be in peace, not the soul. When it comes out of the body, may his soul rest in peace. That's why maybe we're not enjoying the peace when the soul is inside the body. I mean, it's there. Life force, maybe. So, having said this, Sri Vidya is a lifestyle of happiness. And again, happiness is defined. An absolute happiness which is not dependent on the external environment. Let it be wife, let it be husband or children. How many of us are really happy without depending on these external factors? Can you please raise your hand? Without getting connected to this. My wife is good, I'm happy. My children are studying well, I'm happy. How many of you are happy Even if your other partner is not good with you, even if your children are studying, even if your children are going in the wrong direction, still the inner happiness, how many people are able to enjoy? We are all one family. Let's not have such an ego, privacy, secrecy. Everybody knows behind every smile there is a welcome. Right? We smile outside. Inside, everybody knows there is welcome. In every house, we act. Welcome. How are you? Nice. Just now I had a fight. We act. We are all good actors. I mean, including me. I'm not saying just now we had a very heated video. We have to leave this place or not on Friday or Thursday. We should say, I'm coming out. Namaste, I'm Guru Karunamaya. Is that an action? Action. But we enjoy. We don't want to get into sad feeling. We're trying to put an apparent happy face. So we know that our happiness is dependent on the external environment until we reach an age of 60 plus or 70 plus. In India it's 60 plus. Here, even 80 plus people are still working. I don't know what age you can say, I'm done with my family, I want my peace. I don't know the age. What age you feel normally? Tell me, I think you have to. What age you can say, I'm done with my family? Never. Sri Vidya gives you that waterline. Even now, who said that when you are old only or when you are never done, that's a good. When you are never done, the peace is not coming to me. I'm not saying leave your families, go back to Himalayas or Alps, mountains and do meditation. That's wrong. Nobody said. If anybody tells that's wrong. I'm saying we are the one. In our house, in our homes, we have a main door, we have a lock, we have CC cameras, we have alarm system, so that any thief, a thief is a person who is going to cause hurt and loss. That's how we define thief. Even if I come to your house without telling, you don't call me a thief because you know me. Now, at least. If I came yesterday, that's a different thing. Because he presume. Maybe he's a thief. Presume. Like maybe earthquake now. So, you protect your house with so much equipment. Why don't you protect this house? So that the external thieves, I'm sorry, I'm not calling you thieves, external thieves don't enter your house to steal your peace of mind and to cause loss of happiness. You need CC cameras. You need alarm system, not only outside, inside. Do you think so? That's where I say the line of control. You need a line of control. All the flights coming from UK side have to go through a small neck near Canada, Toronto, so that they have a small space where the people can watch enemy flights coming into the country. A net, a security system. We don't have anything here. Even a friend can hurt you. A cockroach in a sink can mess your life. One cockroach in a sink, you will not get sleep. And we say we are very bored, strong, 6 foot, 4 inches, 5 inches, 7 inches. What is the cockroach this much? A fly in your car may distract your driving. Naked fact, I'm sorry, I'm not criticizing you, but I'm also included in this. A human behavior. So we allow anything. And if we are a little bit spiritual, unfortunately or fortunately, we put the blame on that fellow who is all-pervading, call it omnipotent, omniscient, God. Oh, God had given you so much bad luck. my life is full of miseries. But we forget the fact that you are the one who need have this boundary. Any thought you can have can come into your house and disturb your peace of mind and remove the happiness. If I know that, then I draw the line of control. The broader that line of control, the safer you are. We need to have a breathing. Suppose I even come very close to you and stay very close. Can you please move a little back? You don't say that. You are not comfortable. In the same way, but you are allowing everybody, husband, wife, child. When you are asleep, or you are man or woman, when you are sleeping, are you a man or a woman or a human being? Do you have a family? You know where you are sleeping? If you are in deep sleep, then carry you and put you on New York highway. Still you may not be recognized. You are nothing in sleep. That nothing is the truth. All the other things called family is tagline. We need to have a family to give us value to the life, but we need to have the limit. Whatever it may be, nothing should disturb my peace of mind. Neither the hurricane, not a sugar cane, which causes diabetes, not the sweetie honey wife. Honey is also taken in small doses only good for her. If you take long, big doses of honey is also not good. Right? Anything, you need a limit. So that limiting technique, this lifestyle of happiness. Happiness is unconditional and independent happiness. It doesn't go away with the age. Why do, when you get old, 70 plus, why should we have a sober face as if I'm done and waiting for the ultimate to come? Still you have time. In cricket match, 40 runs to score, 5 balls to ball. Even then, the batsman should have a hope that 4 no balls and 3 sixers, I can still achieve that. That is the stage we need to be. We never call it a day. So, now we know that we need to be independent of the external environment and we cannot blame anything. Then one more principle of life is the other person is always correct. The other person is always correct. I'll explain this principle. You may find it weird. It helps the people, particularly husband and wife, parent and child. In the given environment, so suppose a thief snatches your bag and runs away. That day is a bad day to you, but the same day is a good day to the fellow. The day is same. And he goes home. Wow, I had a wonderful day. But this lady who lost her bag was there at that moment. What wonderful day. I lost my bag on the same day. You are also correct for him. And he is also correct for you. Both are correct. Do you understand what I say? Only problem is we are not putting ourselves in the other person's position and see. With the given bent of mind, with the given environmental effect on his brought up, everything given, anybody will behave the same. Even I am in that position, I will do the same. There is no abnormality in outside. If you think abnormality, everything is normal, as it is. If you think abnormality, that's our abnormality. That means peace. It may not be correct theory. So suppose somebody is yelling at you and saying, sun rises from the west. What do you say? No, sun rises from the east. Hey, you don't know anything, what are you talking about? I know physics, I know geography. I have seen sun rising from the west. Stop talking, yelling. Do you have to spend the rest of your energy in trying to make the fellow realize, you know what, this is east, this is west. You don't need to spend. All you have to say, I agree with you. Whatever you call west, I call the same thing east. That's all small. Whatever you call west, I call it east. Maybe my nomenclature difference. That's all. Over the game. Why should you have to put theories and principles, longitude, latitude? You don't need to spend. Most of the time we spend our energy which is given to realize ourselves in trying to convince first or make them realize and listen to us. If they don't listen, our ego will break up. We will be in chill also. First level, hey John, do the homework please. That's love, care. Second level, John, can you do the homework? Concern. Already contaminated mind. Third level, John, how many times I tell you, do the homework? Anger. That's all. Gone your peace of mind. Gone your love and concern. Now your concern is not making him do the work, not making him listen to you. Is it a subtle difference? His concern, because it's contaminated now. A pure concern or pure statement will have only one emotion, love, nothing else. You show your anger with love. You know what? I don't like you at all. Smile is there. The statement is there. That statement may not hurt you. You know, I don't like you at all. The statement will not hurt you, will not hurt you. But often, if you don't have that love behind your statement, won't have food, is a concern, but the feeling behind the statement hurts the other person. So all these factors affect our happiness or whatever you call. So Sri Vidya in Sanskrit is called knowledge. Vidya means knowledge. And whether it's English or Sanskrit, we deal with sound. Sound is the one which continuously has an effect on our body, nerves and nerve centers, causing different chemicals and hormones produce adrenaline, whether it's adrenaline or serotonin, whatever it is. It is produced because of the sound and our actions and the effect of environment on us. So, having said that, Sri, that sound. For your information, the Harvard School of Medical Sciences did a research on one of the mantra. How many people don't know what is called mantra? Everybody knows mantra, right? No. M-A-N-T-R-A. Mantra is a word with a combination of syllables which produces a sound, which activates the nature. Nature is full of energy. Only 3 days back I read in newspapers, there's one couple in California who are not eating anything, drinking anything, but living on breath. Breath and what do you call it? Living only on breath. They just breathe. And that lady became pregnant, delivered a baby, and the baby is strong and healthy. There is one word for that, unfortunately I forgot. It's called Brethanianism or something like that. Only people living on that. And that happened in our own country, California. Look, Google on internet. You find a couple, go and meet them if you are interested. Find out what's the secret. It's impossible for us, right? If you don't have water for the whole day, you get dehydrated. And there's one more person, I don't know whether he's still living or not. I met a person in Florida. He lives sun gazing. He gets up in the morning, the red sun, he looks for about 1 minute or 2 minutes. For about 40 years, he has not taken any food, any water. And again, Harvard School of Medicine put him in an observation for 444 days and proved it's beyond science. I don't know how he lives. His eyes are a little bit swollen, and he says, I get energy from the sun. History, sorry. I even joke with him, if I come to your house, come on Guruji, let's have breakfast. And he will take me to your backyard and show me the sun. That's the breakfast, that's the lunch, that's the dinner. No cooking. These are mysteries. We think that is what we see is the truth. That beyond that, we are having something else. So these words which we speak, agitate the nature pocket, they produce certain energy, and that is absorbed by the body. Suppose I say, I love you. How do you say that? You want to say, I love you. I give you 2 words. I love you, I hate you. Can anybody volunteer for me? How do you say emotionally, I love you and I hate you? One example, please. Be open. Like, a subtle ego should not obstruct us from being what you are. We all said both the words, I mean, I don't know, second word or not, but first word definitely we must have told. I love you. I love you. Emotion. Second word is, I hate you. Where is this force coming? Have you ever thought? Nobody said, I hate you. Have you ever told? No. You raise your voice. You show all the force. Because the moment you want to say the word, the body gets prepared, gets ready to prepare adrenaline, which produces anxiety, which causes force behind the words. Sound is a vital part for us. So suppose I say, Om Ring Hom Namah Shivaya. Om Ring Hom Namah Shivaya. Very soothing, right? Whether you know the language or not, at least it's soothing. So the sound has an effect on us. So how do you control your speech? That's what we are going to discuss the whole day. And what is anger management? Is there anybody who doesn't have any anger at all? Can you please raise your hand? No anger. Huh? Can you raise your hand if you have anger? No, if you don't raise for both the questions, what you have is much worse than is laziness. Right? Who are you getting? I'm sorry. Anger is curable, but not lazy. So everybody knows anger. So anger management we deal with. We deal with communication skills, how you can win the world. First of all, win your husband or wife first, and then the world later. Win your family. Win not by force, but your ideology. Set an ideology for them. Idol, right? You should be a role model for them. How you make it. And what is positive thought? How you can make things happen to you. The greatest powers, mystical powers, sometimes if I want him to get up and go there and bring water for me, you can do that, not now, without even speaking to him. But mere focus and concentration. Just send messages. You all believe wireless, right? Before wire technology, now wireless technology. When your Bluetooth is wireless, why not your mind become wireless? Why you have to talk? Simple example. When you tell something, other person doesn't talk. I know you're not listening to me. I know you don't agree with that. How do you come to a conclusion? Wireless. Simple wireless technology. Without he or she opening her mouth, you know that they didn't agree with you. That signals counting. So we discuss about positive communication. And also we do certain exercises, time permits. Not exercising, not this. Touching the different parts of the body which cause stress management. How many people have stress on a yearly basis, at least once in a year? No, thank you. I want everybody to raise their hand. That's why I said once in a year. On a daily basis, stress. Wow. I am not a company. I thought I'm the only person daily basis I'm having stress. Okay. We discuss about stress and what causes stress and how to manage it. We all know business management, production management, everything external we can do. We are masters. Business management, production management, environment management, everything. Managing this is difficult. We can vacuum the floor. We cannot vacuum the mind. We can do spring cleaning. We cannot clean our mind from junk. Some junk thoughts will be there. We cannot clean. And which causes lack of memory at a later stage, and Alzheimer's also can begin. So we talk about stress management, and we don't know how much effect hurricane has got on you, and we don't know whether you'll be there. We're ready for a 2-day session or 1-day session. We'll take a stock of the situation at the end of the day today, and we'll have a small QA session at the end of the day. Whatever questions you have, including a personal issue, not in public, we can talk. I can help you. I'm not saying I'm a saint or I'm a God man, no. With 37 years, I learned something, some tricks, some techniques, how to handle things, which proved results, which gave good results for me. Just now, I had a call from Malaysia. I met her 2 years back, 1 year back, when her husband filed divorce, and she was crying. She came to me. We worked on it by spiritual and counseling. I didn't even see her husband yet. I was handling this person, this side. Today, she was happy, said, I'm now back with my husband. Thank you for all that. That's my day. Saving one family. So, that kind of problem, skin ailments, and children not behaving properly, then husband and wife relationship, these are all very small issues, you may think. You may think it's a big issue, but they are very small, very easily that can be handled. So those, if you have any, please be frank and I can talk to you for a few minutes in privacy and I can help you if you need any help. So, coming first, we all need to, first of all, I'll ask you one question. Then, why did you come to this class? I don't know you. What's your name?
David.
Hi?
David.
David, why did you come to your class?
Learn more about spirituality, deepen my practice.
Know more about spirituality and
deepen my practice.
good, that's better. If you just stop, know more about spirituality, what's the use? You know, and know, and know. Where is the time for practice? Collecting, you are all collectors, collecting information, collector of mantras, collector of procedure. That's a good answer. So, why did you put your name?
Shannon.
Sam?
Shannon.
Sam. Jan.
Shannon.
How do you can?
Shannon.
Okay. Why did you come?
I came to gather some information, tips and tools on how to meditate and to kind of help get the craziness in here to just stay still for a little bit and stay calm.
I like you. So, why did you come, sir?
I was invited last minute, and I read up a little bit on it, curiosity. I've never really attended a talk of some of your session.
Are you going to say you're a curious seeker, not a serious seeker?
I'm a serious seeker,
Okay,
but
thank you.
I'm relatively new at it. After spending many years away from it, when I was in college, I got involved. It wasn't as supported then as it is today. So I got back into spirituality and meditation, mindfulness.
Good. And finally,
One word about your peace.
you know,
Controlling anxiety, meditation, relaxing.
good. So, the other people whom I did question, please don't think I don't like you. I love you more than them. But isn't it, we have a general feeling. And you, sir, why did you come here? I know you came for, why did you come?
Probably 98% of it.
Huh?
I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just here. So he didn't tell me anything about what I was doing.
That is the good answer. See, something, expectation, that's the main thing. You all have come here with an expectation. One person wants to know more about spirituality, one person about inner peace, meditation and remove the junk and stay calm. Different expectations. And that made you walk through the main door and come here. Up to that only, the expectation should be given importance. Expectation is the force which makes you do some action. Expectation. You send your children to school expecting them to study well and become doctors or engineers, which you could not become or could become. Whatever your unfulfilled dreams, we want to see the children now. I may be a school dropout, but I want my son at least to become a doctor. Fair enough. unfulfilled dream, but expectation. That, up to that, that's fine. But after coming here, if you still keep the expectation, then every moment you'll check my communication or knowledge transfer or statement, whether it fits my expectation. If I don't talk about inner peace, it's not. If I don't talk about spirituality in depth, right? But at the same time, you don't know that something else has been given to you, and you're not ready to enjoy that because of the precipitated expectation in the mind when you are doing the action. So expectation brought you in here. After coming here, that's the right answer. I don't know. They asked me to do a job, I came. Come. I asked her for a videographer, why did you come here? I said, I don't know. They asked me to come here, I'm doing my job. That's it. That brings you secret peace. So you all have expectation, different, and one person or one word cannot fulfill all times your expectation. That is the reality. You need to understand. You cannot expect your husband or wife to behave in a particular way. If they are nice and loving nature, fine, good. So sometimes it may not. Sometimes it can also happen in the other way. So when you keep the expectation out, away from your actions, you are having peace. Everybody. Then, even though I want to learn about spirituality, well, I learned about enlightenment. Maybe that will help. That's what I am destined to receive. So, expectation is the main thing which you are keeping. Even here also, take Irma away. Irma hasn't come. They are just predicting. Here, we are expecting the worst to happen. 5, scale of 5. And somebody will say, somewhere I heard it may go up to 7 also. Yeah, 7? Your mind will be eager to listen to that 7, 8 excitement. I was telling people the traffic jam, they're enjoying the excitement, not exactly the fear. That's the reality. Reality is, fear is not reality, because it hasn't happened, excitement. All of a sudden, after the vacation is over, some excitement is coming. Subtle excitement. Sometimes when the mind is not in a positive state, and it's a negative state, sometimes this kind of incidents also can bring excitement, which mind, without your knowledge, try to enjoy. So expectation is the one which you need to circle it. This is the one which is causing me some trouble. Make a wish, leave it. That's what I make a wish. I'm not saying don't make a wish. You cannot. Mind, if you are having mind, you will have thoughts. You cannot stop the mind. Meditation is not stopping the thoughts. No. Meditation is observing the thought and not identifying or branding or clinging onto the thought or not analyzing it. Just like a scrolling on a TV screen. You don't read it, just you know that it's scrolling. The traffic going. You don't want to note on every vehicle number. That's what we are doing. Who asked you to note on them and mess up your mind? Observe, leave, make a wish. You are not the one who is making a wish. Do you know the status of the mind before the wish? Can anybody do a research where from the wish is coming? Has anybody made a research on that? Where is the wish coming from? From your own body. But you are able to realize only after it has been delivered to you by a thought. But before the thought, it's coming from here or somewhere here, nobody knows. So, make a wish, leave it. That's the principle. You can make thousands of wishes. Trust me, that will protect your action to be the purest of the pure state. Your action will not be contaminated. Your strength will not be diminished by the continuous thought of the aim or expectation. I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. Oh my God, time is up, I need to do this. Time. You don't fix up a time. It's nice. This class is finished at 4 o'clock. But from 3 o'clock itself, your mind is locked at 4 o'clock. You don't know, we don't know that. From 3 you start with, it's already 4 o'clock here, from 3 o'clock. You got my point? You're expecting that to happen now. So between 3 and 4, 0, receive. When this will end, when this will end, when this will end. That's all the message you'll be getting. So once, okay, fine, 4 o'clock, then you get lost in this knowledge, and peace of mind is not like an injection or a saline which can be injected in your body. It's not outside, it's right inside. You lost your cell phone in that room and you are searching here. You will never find it. And some person calling a guru or a priest or a leader, spiritual leader, he says, hey, if that's there, oh, I found it right in you, in your house. So find it where you lost it. Where did you lose your peace of mind? Here? Here? Where is the peace of mind? You find it where you lost it. This is not a good statement. You find it where you lost it. So, your inner peace is such an invaluable asset to you, and protect it so that no one on the earth can disturb that. No one, period. You are the responsible person. You need to protect that. Okay, you lose your money back. Happened. You lost about $50,000 in that. Can you get it back? You lodge a police complaint. That's it. That's all you can do. Losing your money back is a past incident which cannot be repaired or rewound and erased. It's gone. But getting sick, thinking about the money back and blaming others. I told you to remind me about the money. You are the one who caused it. Blaming others and causing more damage to my personal character and relationship is what is called bonus karma. You are doing that. So once it's lost, it's lost. So you should not allow a money bag or a cockroach or a person to affect your inner peace. That's the principle of life. I follow. Incident may occur. Momentary impulses. What is this sound?
It's AC.
It will be like this for a while. Okay. See, mind distracted.
Lost your inner peace.
Huh?
You just lost your inner peace.
If I just now told ups and downs, disturbance, peace, everything. If I think by switching off the AC, I'll get peace. Then switch off the AC and I feel something, some more trouble is coming. Later, if I just tell him, And they don't switch off the AC and reduce the volume. Well, this is my background music, I mean, testing to live in that. That's fine. So, make a wish and leave it. Expectations are that force which make you do some actions. Action should not be contaminated by keeping the expectation continuous with you. There are 3 levels of awareness. One is concern without action. I want you to vote for these 3. Concern without action. I'll explain to you. My son is not studying well. My son is not studying well. My son is not studying well. You tell everyone, my business is not running well. Concern, but no action taken. Nothing will happen. It only can spoil our peace of mind, and any friend or relative who come to our house for getting some happiness, their peace of mind also will be spoiled. Because the moment they enter, how are you? Oh, what to say, the business is very bad, running into losses, they'll think, why I have to come to this house? I lost my peace of mind. So, concern without action. The second level, action with concern. Action. If the sound was not there, we cannot enjoy the silence. To make us enjoy the silence more, a sound is created. Will you agree with me? You feel more happy when the sound stops. You would not have realized this value of the silence if the sound was not there. Sometimes problems also teach you. So the second level is concern, action with concern. You do actions, but if the concern is behind the action, it causes frustration. And you measure the time. My God, so many years have happened. My business, my financial status hasn't improved at all, as if we are going to die the next moment. No. A lot of time is there. Time and the concern diminish the power of action. Are you with me when I'm talking with? Is it making sense? Time limit and the continuous expectation behind it. The third level is action without concern. That's what the cameraman told me. I don't know. They asked me to come. I came. He's happy sending messages to WhatsApp because he has got no expectation except just to keep the camera running. Every moment in search of peace, we are agitated because we are comparing every statement whether it fits to my expectation or not. In search of peace, we are getting more agitated. So the third level is action without concern. That is what we need to follow. You marry without an expectation. That's why I ask many young girls who come to me and say, Guruji, I'm in love with that person. I want you to see his photograph and tell me whether I'll be happy with this person or not. They believe. I'll say only one thing. I don't need to see him. Answer my question. Why do you want to marry him? Give me some reason. 1 or 2. They say, oh, he's handsome. No. Don't marry. He's having sense of humor. No. Don't marry. These 2 are temporary. Tomorrow, he may have an accident and lose his beauty or handsome. Or he may be in stress, lose his sense of humor. He's wealthy. No. And one girl replied, I don't know. I just want to marry him. I feel safe. I feel I'll be happy with him. Do that. You know the difference? Expectation. And no expectation. some gut feeling says, I'll be happy with that person. So, if I want happiness in my life, I see the things going on. You cannot control anything. You may be driving safe, but the truck driver driving in the next lane may not be safe for you. You don't know. Every moment there is some part in your life which is mystery, which is dark. I don't want to think about the dark, but focus here. Let your actions not be contaminated by your expectation and your time factor. Okay, you're already late. 8:30, 9 o'clock is late to you. If you're driving, oh my God, 9, 8:40, give more gas. Your expectation to reach will lead you to accident. You may not attend the interview at all for the next six months. Okay, it's already late. Let me see what happened. And you drive safely. You may reach 9, 10. You will give an explanation. You may or may not get the job. Fine. You're still living. You apply for one more job. Right? So, action should not be contaminated by the time factor and the expectation. Now comes to my favorite subject, anger management. Why do you get angry? I mean, you didn't raise your hand, right? You raised your hand, anger. Why do you get anger?
My expectations are met.
Good. Okay. Why do you get anger? No. Please.
I don't get angry that often.
She's pretty close.
I'm here to support you.
You don't get angry at all?
Very well.
Very rarely.
Wow.
She's west and I'm east.
Not at all.
Not very often.
Never?
No, I do, but not very often. It takes a lot to make me angry.
It really does.
So if I keep on asking the same question until 8 o'clock tonight,
I'll keep answering the same thing.
never? Are you sure?
I sometimes get angry, but it takes an awful lot.
Everybody has a window. I may have this window, you have this window. You're right, absolutely. Sometimes, if you're human, you're born to have. Otherwise, something wrong with your mind. Let's go and check up, take an MRI. You're not getting angry.
In you asking her if she gets angry, I noticed that her voice got stronger. Isn't that anger?
Yeah, it's anger. It need not. Good question. You don't know for some reason. At least I can say he is not having anger 80%, but 20% is still mystery. How many times I need to tell you that I don't have anger? So, they have anger or not? Anger. So, now that we know, when you have a mind, when you are in a form, limited consciousness, you are bound to get angry. Everybody agrees with the statement? Everyone gets anger sometime or other. One time, once in a year, once in a month, once in a day, once in an hour, once in a minute. Yeah. Now, I want to continue my question. Why do you get angry? She said, when my expectations are not met. So, I don't know your name.
Me? I don't get anger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There. Always.
When did you get last your anger? Last time, when did you get angry?
One of my employees.
That's why you told that I never get angry.
Well, I don't get anger, but normal life, just
What is normal, what is abnormal? Business?
I don't know, it's normal everything.
I'm trying to instigate you.
Everything is normal.
I'm trying to instigate you into that whirlpool of anger.
Right.
And she's,
My wife.
do you support this statement in privacy or in public?
No, he don't get angry like once in a month, very, very rarely he gets angry, I know.
Okay, I trust you. So why do you get anger? I didn't ask you any question.
Well, I think when you run into a frustrating situation that as your expectations are not met, that makes, I think people get angry frequently and they don't realize it. I think that they have compensating mechanisms that help them to cope with that anger on a different level. So that some people cope with anger a lot better than others. Some people let it bother them. Something I told coworkers that I work with that an hour later, I'm a nurse, a doctor might have said something to them that upsets them, and I'm like, do you think that person's thinking of that right now? But 2 hours later, you're still thinking about it. Why are you letting that bother you? So I think just how people compensate and control that anger and redirect it. With everybody at the gas stations this morning and stuff like that, watching people already honking their horns in the storm, like you were saying, is days away. It's just amazing to watch. I'm like thinking, there's plenty of gas. The storm may not even hit us. It's just how people deal with their anger is different. The people that feel that they don't get angry, they probably have great coping mechanisms to deal with that anger, rather than most other people that don't cope with it very well.
Or they may not have had a tough and testing situation in their life.
Correct.
So, how many of you get anger when the other person is not agreeing with your statement or not in line with your feeling? What? Frustration is a byproduct of anger. So, how many people vent out their anger on some unknown and innocent person just because, and then give excuses? It's all my tough situation, quite natural. Get angry. So how many persons do that? The other person didn't do anything, but then just come and, what's the time now? Why should I take time for you? Don't you see I'm busy? That's not, asking time is not a bad thing, but then your hidden frustration, you will just vent out of it. There are situations and expectations there. And of course, anger is a disease also. Sometimes the neurosurgeon should say continuous agitated bipolar activity that causes unexpected. There is no reason why they get anger, bipolar. So we all agree that anger is situation based. It's not by nature, it's situation based. Agree? Anger is situation based. And what's your name, sir?
Peter.
Peter. As Peter rightly told, some people can cope up with their anger and they have maybe built-in mechanism or practicing techniques or some method, secret methods, they control their anger. But how many people escape under a theory that anger is quite natural? What can you do? Because I was frustrated. It's quite natural for anyone to show their anger and cover their actions. Or how many people think that it is dangerous to have, I should not have anger? How many people constantly think that anger is a bad thing and analyze themselves on a continuous basis. I should get rid of this. How many people think I should get rid of my anger? Whatever may be the reason, I cannot give excuses. Oh, my business is in trouble, that's why I got anger. A boss yelled at me, that's why I'm yelling at you. Transfer of power, right? Transfer of energy. You agree that anger is bad and is not good for you, good for the environment?
Absolutely.
Not good. So, we all agree anger is not good. Anger spoils the relationship, spoils the moment. So there are 3 levels of anger. Now, it's not like it's truth. After analyzing the different sections of the people, we come to a conclusion that there are 3 levels of anger, except, I think your wife told, very rarely once in a month you get.
Not in a month also.
You don't agree with her.
Not even a month. I don't care.
Once in 2 months.
I don't know. Hardly.
Once in 6 months. Once in a year.
Yeah. Keep it that way.
So, first level anger, first level of anger. When you get anger on your own family members or outsiders, maybe colleagues, and the anger comes like a volcano, burst out. And within no time, within minutes, you forget and come back to normal. That's the base level. Don't vote now. I'm going to tell all the 3 levels, then I can come back to you. I want your which level. There's nothing to hide for it. With a doctor, with a lawyer, with a guru, spiritually, you cannot hide it. If you need help, you need to be true to yourself. So, Peter's name comes to you. Peter. Immediately your face changes. That kind of anger. I'm sorry, I used your name.
Okay.
That is the second level of anger. So anger doesn't go away on your own family members or anyone close to you outside the family. That's the second level. The third level anger. These first 2 are occasionally or frequently, doesn't matter. Third level, very frequently you get anger for small things and you burst out on them, either family member or a close friend or a colleague or a boss. And it doesn't go immediately. It lasts there for a week. Always your face is serious. Right? This is the third level. Now I want you to vote. Is there anyone who belongs to the third level of anger?
I would think it'd be somebody who gets out of control, becomes irrational.
There is no explanation for anger. I just say, if you have that kind of bursting out on everybody frequently, the most important thing is, it's okay, you can burst out, but it lasts for weeks and months, and you keep on thinking about the same person getting agitated, and it's a contagious disease. You show the anger on someone else, the whole house is a mess. That kind of situation. If nobody votes for the third level, I may not tell the solution. Trust me, there is no private session for the third level. You need to vote here and then come to me privately. No, you cannot force him to raise it.
I would raise the third level, I skipped the first 2.
You want to raise?
I'm on the third.
You always, can you talk slowly? You're always 3.
I skipped the first 2, I'm on the third one.
Okay, good. So only one person voted for third. So I'm going to talk to him in private. Because there will be other people who want to be in that they will think, okay, anyways, Guruji is going to tell the solution, let me grab the solution and work on that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to him. The first level anger, how many people belong to? You have anger, it comes to a volcano, and quickly. And second level, you cannot belong to first and second. Either one. Second? Good. First level, most of the people have incident-based anger. But some people have a control of anger. They may say, I told you. It's also a little bit reaction. I'm not saying be in a coma-like situation, no reaction. That's not possible. You can show. And anger is good also, it vents out the feeling. But you need to vent out in such level as it doesn't hurt the other person and cause more trouble than the previous incident. You should not mess up, and you should not do anything which you cannot take it back. Right? So, you need to understand one thing. All the people who are bursting out in instant-based anger, are we doing the same thing with our boss in the work, at the work? Are you reacting in the same proportion at workplace? Yes, sir.
Usually not, right? Person acts
No.
toward the father.
In the house, you may shout, scream. I'm sorry, I'm using we're all good people, but moment, we don't know. At the moment, everybody is reacting. So, at that time, surveying people, some people, if there's a traffic jam, some people honk like this. Honk. Okay. And some people show gestures also. There are different levels of reaction for the same traffic jam. But reaction is there. At one point I cannot say that fellow that doesn't have anger. That sound is a reaction. You reacted to the situation. Right? So, maybe you fit into that. Now I got it, somehow I got your membership. Yeah, so, we do react, and are we showing the same amount of frustration or anger on our colleagues and workplace, our friends' place? In the same similar kind of situation happens. See, at home, it's a different reaction. Similar kind of situation, something else stops you from showing your frustration. I mean, you will be frustrated, but not that amount, right? Suppose your son comes and meddles with the TV cable and spoils it. How do you show anger? You scream, I told you not, never touch. If you touch again, you'll be in trouble. Suppose your neighbor's kid come and do the same thing. Will you tell the same message in the same frequency? What stops you? We need to question ourselves. What stops you?
I think it's the level of like ownership. You own not own literally, but you own your family.
Yeah,
To a
that
degree.
owning.
Yeah, versus someone else's child. So,
That owning is what we call taking for granted.
Unconditional love, you expect your family to love you.
That is expected to love means conditional love.
Unconditional love.
No, it's conditional. You expect them to love you. That's conditional. No matter whether they love you or not, I love them. That is unconditional. You love them to expecting them to love you is conditional. And unfortunately, 95 to 98% of human beings are conditional love. Even the love towards God also conditional. We expect God to solve our problem. Suppose I tell you, there is a church in Florida. If you go to the church, you lose your job. How many people take shower on a daily basis? Good. No, if I teach the subject in a different place, you won't believe. Some people didn't raise their hand. And they give explanation. I'm very busy. Occasionally I take once in 2 days I take some shower. Others just wash my face and rush to work. I'm very busy. I just, from then onwards I made it point. You take shower daily. So after shower, then you dress up nicely and look into a mirror and smile. Can you show me your beautiful smile now? Good, good. Can you show me your anger? Why? Why? You are able to show your love, your smile. Why not you show me your anger?
We don't hate you.
Ugly, good point. Ugly, then
We don't hate you.
that we don't hate you. That word he used to the superlative. He didn't say, we don't have anything against you. But he used the higher word, we don't hate you. That shows a trickle of anger.
With the smiley face.
Inside.
With the smiley face.
So, we all look, that's a wonderful answer, we look ugly. And moreover, anger is instant based. There's nothing like that which has happened here which can cause you hurt and doesn't meet your expectations. Even if I don't tell about spirituality, even if I don't tell about removing the junk and living at peace, still you don't show your anger on me. You know why? You don't take me for granted. Then I came with expectation, it's okay. Next time, if Niranjan sends an invitation, I won't go there. That's also a reaction. Right? You all know Dr. Niranjan, right? No? How do they come?
I introduced myself, I know most of them, and now I know all of them.
He's Dr. Niranjan, cardiologist, living in this place called Sarasota. Yeah, Sarasota. He's a senior member coordinator for us on the day. So once you nicely dress up, look into the mirror and smile for 10-15 seconds. Keep the smile. Can you smile for 10-15 seconds? No, smile for 10-15 seconds. See, you hesitate to show your smile, but you don't hesitate to show your anger. You observe that? You hesitate to show your smile in public. Now there's nothing to cause anger, but on the street, when you're driving, somebody crosses you, you don't hesitate to show your anger. You don't remember that my face, our face looks very ugly. All this knowledge gone, momentary impulse. And you use such kind of language, you invent new words also, hearing it now. You never spoken those words, it's now common. You know they are bad. You still use them. So some force comes to you. So all of you smile in the mirror for a few seconds, and then immediately you think of a problem or a fight you might have heard recently or just now, or think of a person whom you don't like at all, and or put a frowning face as if you're in great anger. You know what happens in anger? Can anybody describe in your own words what is the reaction of the body when you get anger? You know what is happening when you get anger. Can you describe me? You all voted for the first, that means volcanic eruption. I want you to express in words what happens when you get anger.
It's sort of like a fire exploding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all extra. I want body reaction. What happened?
Body tenses, heart races, cortisol, adrenaline.
Vice Chinese color. Right.
Eyes become.
Why?
I told you. Without your knowledge, I told you. I rose up. This one, very big. I don't know where from the energy comes. That person may be very weak and dull. The moment something happens, I told you that hidden energy comes. That same energy, if used for good purpose, would have become a wonderful person. So eyes become wide, nostrils become big, because you need more air to breathe at the time of anger. You need more support from the nature, like that. And normally you breathe like this. And yogi means a spiritual seeker living in mountains and doing meditation. Their breathing will be like this. So the energy which is given to us to survive, to keep us in one form in this body, is well used by them, so they can survive long. Normal people, they breathe like this. But when you're in anger, you breathe like this. That means you are using most of the energy to put you in balance. Unfortunately, that will not work. You lose out of balance, you stammer even for words. Right? You. What you? Next, you forgot your language, your mother tongue. That's when all the funny sounds come, funny words come. Absolutely volcanic. Remember that situation and now put your face like that. Okay? You can't. So at least when you go home, you can try. When I was in New Zealand, some people told, my family, my daughter told, Daddy, I'm talking about 1996. I don't know if you were born or not, 1996. And they told him, Daddy, you have so much ego in your face. Don't you know that? And you teach about ego? That doesn't sound good. By the grace of God, by the grace of my Guru, I didn't argue with them. I didn't tell them, no, I don't have ego. Not at all. I didn't say that. When another person sees something, at least minimum courtesies I need to check. Hey, you got something on your shirt? No, I don't have anything. You won't go there. Immediately you see. External things you are listening to them. When somebody says you have anger, you have ego, why don't you look inside? This reaction, why don't you continue? So, I got all the tapes of my previous functions. I put it on the screen and watched for hours. Then I thought, my God, so much ego in my face. Then you know how I was? I stand before a mirror and I put face like this, fake face. Like this. I selected my own face. Okay, this looks better. No ego. I need to practice on it because whatever you show external is coming from inside. But the reverse is also true. When you know how to smile, you know how to love one day. Keep on smiling. Everybody, keep welcome. You welcome the guest with a smile. Are you welcoming your own family member with a smile? Question. And they come back from work. I think you all do, right? I don't know how many people go and hug the other person and show your love. But you expect the other person to do the same. No. He comes and she comes, they will not noticing. Suppose I come, wow, welcome, welcome, welcome. So you put that face on it and look into the mirror for 10-15 seconds. That's all you need to do. It will work. That's it. It will work. Positive. All you have to do daily. How many days? Nobody asked. Can you answer my question? How many days?
Every day.
Every day. Till you feel you are comfortable and till your family members and friends say, wow, I see a lot of change in you. What happened? You never showed your anger. Wow, marvelous change. Till that time you need to strive. How many of you remember your great-grandfather's name? Great-great-great-grandfather's name. 5 generations back.
We all got the same name.
9.
Exactly the same name.
Okay, good. But for that, you have to make a research and find the family tree and remember that. And remember, unfortunately there is no photograph of those times, so you can have a photograph of them back in 1600, 1700, like that. Most of us, we don't know. Great-great-grandfather, maximum father and grandfather, all great ones. Once they leave the body, how many people remember your parent if they have left the body? Every day. Very hard. My own parent were given me birth. And who is responsible for making me enjoy this beautiful world, I don't remember on a daily basis. At least once in a day. Once in a day you remember? No. When we don't remember our own parents, how can we expect us to remember the universal Father? Call him God, call him Goddess, or anything. That's why the prayer comes from the beginning of the day when you get up on the bed. All you have to do is, all those personalities, forces, energies which made it possible for me, this body, to come to this earth, to enjoy so much variety of experiences. I thank them. I bow my head to those energies, living and non-living entities. That is meditation in the body. Try to do that. Trust me, you will get some peace. You will start experiencing the peace, the gratitude. You all do thanksgiving prayers, right? You do thank, whom you are thanking. You are just observing, thanking you. That's a hidden message from me. Thank God, all my limbs are working. Thank God my brain is working. Have you ever said that? I don't know about my toe until I get hurt. When I'm hurt, then I remember I had a toe. When I'm hurt, then some people remember a heart, or a face, or a person who caused them. Until then, they take it granted. This is the word telling you. Don't take your relationships for granted. Don't take the personalities for granted. Don't take the moments for granted. Because once they are gone, you can never get them back. Give value to the persons in your life, moments in your life, and continuously thank and thank and thank. Some people teach me how to live, and some people teach me how not to behave like them. Both are my gurus. A person who always speaks truth tells me, always speak truth. The person who always lies to me tells me, don't be like him. Lying is bad. He's also a guru. So, face, smile, 15 seconds, frowning face. You all do that exercise, at least after this break. You all go to the restroom, you have a mirror there. Practice that. I will know who practiced that. Come back, I'll tell you who practiced. And then practice on a daily basis. Trust me, it works. What happened? Why it works? The mind takes snapshot of everything. You look at it, that picture, snapshot picture. Fortunately for me, all these snapshots are going to hidden files and you don't get that memory back, and soon they'll be lost. They're good for us. If I have to remember all the colors, all the trees, all the personalities, I'll be, within minutes, we'll get lunatic. So, most of it goes in the background history and then die. But this picture of your beautiful smile, they take a snapshot, mind, and keeps it somewhere. And you remember that because every day you wash your face, do your makeup to become beautiful, to look beautiful. You keep that thought in you. So because you are keeping the thought, this photograph will be served to you. Hey, you are beautiful. Hey, you are beautiful. To make me more beautiful, I apply mascara and facials. That's one. Number two, suppose in this week or next week you get a bad situation and you start frowning at them, yelling at them, bursting at them, then the mind supplies the second picture. Hey Peter, this is your face. Immediately, I'm sorry, that's the easiest name I can remember. You're the scapegoat, but then you used to like I see it right in front of me. So, and in India, people think if a guru remembers and calls the name of a person, they are very lucky. A spiritual person, if I remember a name of a person, maybe some connectivity. That's also a connectivity. So many people come. Why Peter? Not that the name is very simple. So this picture will be put before you. There's always a TV screen here. You don't see that. You always see. The moment you don't like that person, you are fine. Suppose you don't like this person. And likely, as he rightly put, you hate that person to that extent. Somebody talks to you about that person. The moment the name comes, TV screen on, immediately the person's face comes, his character, what has done to you, and your face changes. Don't talk about him. He didn't say anything. How can you say don't talk about him? Because you keep the fire, does here. So this is supply. Trust me, nobody wants to look ugly. Everybody wants to look beautiful. That's what the first level anger will reduce. We say on an average basis in 3 months, 90 days you need to practice. Later on, it's always good practice. I practice occasionally. Not that I don't have anger, I do have anger. I do have anger if somebody is not knowing the truth and going. I got a little bit anger on people who created panic here. But nothing which has happened. Just because Houston got floods, it's not necessary that Florida should get floods. You're creating, you're manifesting the thing. A group of people, a million people thinking about earthquake and number 5 cyclone will make it happen. At least let us stop being there. Whatever is going to happen, happen. Why predict that? You are married with a view to live happily. Nobody start, what if my wife dies? And then marry her. Nobody start, why don't you? The same positive attitude you apply here. So the second level anger, then we break for, is it lunchtime?
Yeah.
Okay. Second level anger, and then we break for lunch. And don't forget, when you go to the restroom, smile and frown. Don't spend hours together looking at your beautiful face. You need to come back quickly. I don't know how much time we have for lunch.
30 minutes.
30?
30, yeah, 30.
30 or 13?
30.
Okay. You are happy with 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Second level anger, which I said, you get anger on your own family members and outside, I mean very close people, and that won't go for days, weeks, and sometimes months. You keep them in your thoughts, and then you burn yourself, and life is a mess. Peace of mind is already lost. Further is a very, a difficult, and not difficult, a weird solution. But you need to excuse me for talking to you like this, but it's going to work. 100% guarantee it will work. Are you ready for the solution? If you notice that you're getting anger on your family, particular family member very frequently and it lasting for more than one day or half a day, the lesser the interval, the better for your practice. Immediately, you close your eyes and think they are dead. And you need to think in such a way, seeing the coffin getting ready and then burying people with black dress, the grief, the mourning situation, everything to the reality you need to feel. And imagine a life without them for a few minutes. If it happened, if that person is not in my life, still, do I have anger on that? You'll cry if you meditate like this. And I have lost weeks and weeks not talking to that person just because of a small issue. I got huge amount of anger and I missed this much length of time to spend with them. Now the person is gone. Even if you shake him or her, they won't talk to you. They won't be there to receive your sorry, I did this, sorry, forgive me. There's nobody there. And this feeling comes, unfortunately, after they're really gone. What I'm trying to tell you is, imagine a scene like that. At least when you come out of the meditation, they have a chance. You know what? I'm very sorry. I should not be here again. I'm very sorry not talking to you for so much time. That time, you won't think whose fault it is. Whatever fault, it's my fault to take the relationship for granted and stop talking to another personality, whether it's a day or a week or a month. Do you agree with this? We are seeing the world. Next moment the life can change. The person can disappear from my life. And what all the excuses, technical excuses, I cannot give to that person who is no more. Trust me, this is the best, powerful. Don't be afraid. Just because you are thinking of they won't die. You don't have that much power. You cannot make somebody die with your own thoughts. It's not an inauspicious thought. It's an auspicious thought to cure yourself, to remove this negativity. Anybody doesn't agree to this exercise can raise their hand and tell me why they don't agree with me, then I can try to explain them more clearly. All of you agree? This is the reality.
Well, it's
an interesting exercise because it just even when I was trying to imagine you for a few seconds, I'm very much in love with my wife. The thought of living without her is difficult. So,
It's good. It's good to shed tears. Those tears will help you to refine yourself. And that tears will help you to develop unconditional love. You make again and again and again, you'll be the best person, best husband, best wife on the earth. Your love is unconditional, no matter what it is. You may show first level anger, that's fine. But please don't show second level anger. People may not be there. So do this exercise. You have any question?
I have a question.
You are third level, right? I'll come. You are belonging to third level.
I don't know what it's
Okay.
I have a question. What if this person you're angry with does not bring any love, light, or positive energy to your life? What if you're better off without them? How do you deal with your anger then?
So, if I understand you properly, you get anger on a person who doesn't bring any happiness into your life,
Yes.
and this exercise, how does it help?
No, no. How can you overcome anger when, in your mind, you feel like you're better off without this person?
There are two principles I said. Accept, quit. Don't be in between. Accept. When you accept, you follow or take help of any principle, and if a karmic principle, well, this is what I am destined to. One philosophy says, as we started with the Newton's third law, every action has got an equal and opposite reaction. And whatever we have done in the past, not only past birth, because nobody can confirm whether the past birth is there or not, no proof of future birth also. We are just imagining. What is reality is present now. But I cannot imagine what I have done 20 years back, 15 years back. I might have hurt some animal, an insect. That's enough. That has to be nullified in some way. So it comes to your husband or wife, and the same amount of hurt comes to you. If you follow the philosophy and this probably, then I suggest you create your own world of happiness. I had a case in New Jersey when that lady complained that person is not at all giving happiness to me. I feel like leaving the body, ending this life. I said, don't do that. If you end, your balance sheet is not complete. Again you'll be born if there is a next birth. Use this opportunity. Now you have the technology, you have a guru, you have some belief in God. Do this. She's very beautiful. She likes makeup. Sit before a mirror and very carefully do a makeup to yourself as if you are going to attend any festival or an award-winning ceremony or something like Oscar. Do that makeup. Enjoy. Put some music. And call me after you're done with the makeup. She called after 3 hours. Thank you, Guruji. You have shown me how to create my own world of happiness. I don't bother about him. I still live with him. So, you create your own. You may be liking music, sing song, listen to music. You may be, don't be with, knowingly be with that person, getting hurt to yourself, hurting the other person. Why we have come to the earth? Be happy, give happiness. If that is not possible, at least be happy. Win-win situation is an ideal situation. Lose and win, somewhat better. But don't be in a situation, lose-lose situation. It's not going to fetch us anything. So scale up from lose-lose to win and lose. Maybe at a later date you may experience win-win situation. So create your own world of happiness. Happiness doesn't come Just because we have expected about 24 people here and some more functions. This Irma came. Irma in Tamil, I don't know how many people know Tamil. Anybody Tamil? Okay. Irma in Tamil is stop mother. Ma is mother. Irma, ange Irma ni, inga varade, ange Irma. Stop mother. Without their knowledge, they gave a name, which is itself is a prayer. Stop mother from doing this to Florida. Without their knowledge. So, either you give happiness or accept or quit, that's fine. But before quitting, I talked to the group of people in Dallas. I told the same thing, quitting. Take a piece of paper and write down what all the qualities in the other person that you don't like. List small thing. He or she snores when she's sleeping. Write that also. And cross off anything which you can do some adjustment. Okay, I can live with this. Don't, without analysis on a piece of paper, don't come to any conclusion. Write down. Okay, I can bear it, but I can never bear this. Kill that. That's fine. You may have 3 or 4 qualities you can never bear. Now write down another list across that. What if I leave this person? What is the guarantee that the other person who may or may not come in my life bring the values which I am expecting? How much percentage? Can you predict? Yes or no? Can I live on my own? Yes or no? Either way is good. I'm not saying, oh, it's bad to live on your own. Either way is good. But think with thought. Because once you take an action, there is no retraction. And then finally, we shall sign off the case. Now, fine, quick. Yeah, some more time. I can okay. Then do this. There is no one whom you can hate in this world forever. No. If the same person whom you think that person has not given happiness, any happiness, if the same person is being hurt by a group of people, beating him or her with rods and sticks and knives, even at that time you have anger on that person. If you have, then you need to go to that hospital, not he or she. So there is a point where I'm closing the door. Open the doors a little bit. Then you can breathe and try to observe reality. So that is the second level. Third level, anyways, I talk to that person later when he comes to me. And after lunch, we are going to talk about positive thinking and effective communication and marital relationships. That's all. 4 o'clock is the time of this. We'll keep a half an hour for question and answers, and we'll take a stock of the situation, whether the class will be there tomorrow after that. Srimad. We'll meet again.